my name is Peyton and welcome back to my channel. Grab your pinkity drinkity, this is about to be a long video. Hi guys! So this week's fun fact about me is that I'm obsessed with potatoes. So like I love any form, french fry, baked potato, mashed potatoes, they're like my favorite food. Since I'm vegan, they're a good source of carbs, and I love them with like vegetables, like for lunch today I had a salad and fries because I just love them. Let me know what your guys' favorite food is. I would love to know. Let's get on to this week's video. Hi guys, so I thought for this week's video I would show you guys how to wear a mask with makeup. So basically what you want to make sure is that the skin is the most important part of this entire purpose, of wearing a mask, because your eyes and your eyebrows, that doesn't matter. You can put whatever makeup you usually do on those, but for the skin is what's under the mask and your lips. So basically you want to make sure that your skin is very hydrated, so it just doesn't feel itchy or irritated under the mask. That's the main thing that you want to do. So I have very sensitive skin, so I use Eucerin every day anyways, which you guys already know. And this basically has sunscreen in it and just protects your skin. And then I use the Tatcha Dewy water skin cream. And then also I love, for a primer, if my skin's feeling extra dry that day, for primer, it's very important to use something that is hydrating for your skin, whether you have dry or oily skin, because it sinks into your pores and it basically sets the tone of how your foundation is going to lay on your skin. So I would do, my favorite is by First Aid Beauty. It's the Coconut Skin Smoothie Primer. I will include a picture of it somewhere on the screen. And then I'm going to try to do like dupes for things because it is kind of on the more expensive side. So I'll try to find a drugstore dupe. I heard the e.l.f. Putty Primer is great and I know it's very cheap. So after you make sure your skin is primed, the next step is foundation. So I would make sure that you are getting a medium to full coverage foundation, just because basically this mask is sitting on your face and you don't want the foundation to rub off all over it. And so if it's medium to full coverage, most likely it's not going to, because it's a thicker consistency and it's going to cover more on your skin. So I use the Naked Weightless is what I use most of the time. It's great. It lasts for 24 hours. It feels weightless, but it's still very full coverage. And it lasts up to 24 hours, like I said. So you're gonna be looking great for 24 hours. The next most important step that I would highly suggest doing is setting. After you put your foundation on, make sure you use some sort of setting powder. This is a drugstore one. I really like this one. It is the Airspun Loose Face Powder. Now you don't want to use too much of this if you're being photographed, because it does have a pretty powerful backlash and you don't want to look like a white ghost. But if you just use a little bit on your face just to set it, and make sure you pat it in and don't just rub, because when you're rubbing, you're not really setting it in and melting, it kind of together like a cake with your foundation. You're basically just spreading it all over your face. So you make sure you want to pack it in on your face and make sure it kind of stays and packs it in, because that's really going to make your makeup last longer and not stick to the mask. So the next thing, I cannot stress enough how important this is setting spray. So this is the All Nighter by Urban Decay. It is awesome. It makes your foundation last, well, your makeup period, like all of it, last literally 24 hours. Like you could sweat, you could do anything and it'll be there perfectly. This is important, especially with the mask on, because it helps your foundation and powder and all your face makeup from not moving and transferring onto the mask, because the whole point of wearing a mask is to keep you safe. And if you're breathing in the chemicals of your makeup on it, that's kind of defeating the entire purpose of wearing one. So, because you need to be clean, not dirty. So that's basically all the things that I would suggest doing when wearing a mask with makeup, because it's and the most important part. If you want to skip the setting powder, and like the most important is a setting spray. If you want to skip setting powder because you don't like powder, that's fine, but that's just an extra step that I would take to make sure that it stays on, because if not, then it'll just go all over your mask and kind of defeat the whole purpose of wearing makeup, because it won't be on your face anymore to be on the mask. Another thing, the last thing that I have to mention or suggest is, I would suggest if you're going to wear a lip product, I would wear a lip stain. So this is the Jeffree Star one. I love his, but I would not wear a lipstick or lip gloss, because lipstick is going to transfer all over, and it'll either be all over your face or all over the mask. And lipstick is going to stick, because lipstick is sticky. It's going to stick to the mask, and then it's going to stick to your face, and that'll just drive you insane, and it'll transfer onto the mask. So I would suggest, if you insist on wearing something on your lips other than like lip balm, I would definitely do lip stain, because it won't transfer. It dries. It lasts up to 18 hours. And I mean, it's like you're not really wearing anything, but you still get to wear lipstick if you want to. So those are all the suggestions I would suggest for you guys to do. And I hope that everyone that is out there that has to wear a mask and has to be in the public right now, because I am not back to work yet, but everyone that is, I hope you guys are all staying safe, and I'm keeping you all in my prayers. And I thank all the nurses and doctors and everyone that is risking their lives on the front lines for us, because I do greatly appreciate it. And I'm keeping you all in my prayers. As always, thanks for rolling with me. With makeup. So you guys should count how many times I say so and put it in the comments below.